Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, Denver Broncos survive. Get another win on the road in New York this time against the Jets. 10-9. Oh, man. That was a very boring game until the end. Probably had about 5 heart attacks. So without further ado, let's get on into it. First off, I just want to start with talk about the Tyler Beatty injury. Now, that was pretty scary. I said in the preview video that he's probably our best running back right now. And yeah, he got hit in the back. He actually fumbled, and the Jets recovered. At that point, the game could have went haywire, but the Broncos, they still hung in there. And that defense, man, is elite. I mean, whew. It looks like they get better and better each week, to be honest. But yeah, I've been hearing that Tyler Beatty, he'll be all right. There is no actual, indication of how long he'll be out, if he's gonna miss any time. All I know is he got a back injury, but it's nothing too serious, is what I'm hearing. So. But hopefully, feels better soon. I mean, you don't want to, mess with the back. The back can be, that's something you got to really watch out for and take care of. So, but I was proud of the running game after he went out. I thought Javonte Williams and McLaughlin were looking probably the most explosive they've looked this entire season so far. They started looking kind of like how they were last year a little bit. So that was a good thing. I mean, every time they would, carry the rock, it seemed like they were getting first down after first down. And that's what I said in the preview video, is the running game needed to get going. I felt like that's what started happening there in the second half, and you see what happened. They marched all the way down the field, and Bo Nix threw his first touchdown pass of his NFL career. So there's that. I felt like we took away the tight ends on the Jets, which they had a couple catches, some of them. But, I felt like we did a pretty good job for the most part. I mean, weather was a huge issue in this game. Both sides just, when it was pouring, it was just sloppy. It was sloppy football. It was boring. And, yeah, it took forever for a team to finally get a first down. I think it was the Jets. It was Rodgers to Lazard really late there in the second quarter. And, yeah, I mean, also, the other thing I said, the 3 key, I feel like we pretty much nailed the 3 keys I said for the Broncos to win. And that was taking away Hall. I feel like the Jets' running game, wasn't really existent in this one. It's a good thing for us. But yeah, I did predict a loss for us. I said we'd lose by 3. Yeah, it was a close game. It's a close game. But I said, did say that if the Broncos did all 3 of those keys, they'd win. So I did get that right. I'm not liking this, though. First 2 weeks, I predict a victory for the Broncos, and then the last 2 weeks I predicted a loss, and they've won. I'm not liking this trend, but is that the formula? Is that the key? Do I need to start predicting losses? Keep saying all my notes that I have done so far in previous years, but at the end just say they're going to lose? I mean, if it equals a Broncos victory, why not? I mean, I've seen some other conspiracy hex things from fans that sound a lot worse than that. I mean, if I just predict the Broncos lose and they win, I don't feel like that's that bad. I mean, there's some that don't like hearing me say stuff like that, but if it means we're going to win, then maybe I got to do what I got to do. I mean, I've seen a fan say that every time they watch the Broncos lose, and every time they don't watch, the Broncos win. So at least I'm not like that. I mean, I watched this entire game, and we won. So I'm not that type of curse. So, but all right, let's get in on to the good stuff. Let's get to the stats here. Just gonna kind of read a few things for the news, and then we'll go into that. Okay, I think I know where I want to start here. Oh, yeah, a lot of Bronco fans complain about Bo Nix in this one. I mean, he's still a rookie. Did enough to get the win. Yeah, he was like minus 7 yards passing the first half. It was bad field because, I mean, Rodgers was like only 22 yards. So, I mean, it was bad field condition game. It is what it is. They did enough to win. That's what matters in the end. So, let's read the studs and duds. Stud got Bo Nix. Threw his first career touchdown pass. That was awesome. He kind of lofted that one, though. That one was a little high, not going to lie. He just kind of like whoop, threw it up, and Sutton kind of had to trot to the back of the end zone, just reach out for it, and then tippy-toe and then fall backwards. But, yeah, I mean, second half he turned it up. He was a lot better than the first half. The field conditions did get a lot better in the second half, I will say. It started just lightly drizzling, so. But Nix, he was 12 for 25, 60 yards, touchdown. That's the big thing, though. He got the pass to touchdown. We were still waiting for that. 4 weeks in, finally got one. So, boom. Unfortunately, in this one, the challenges weren't very good. Sean Payton lost both challenges in this one. And towards the end of the game, we probably could have sealed the deal when Jonah Elias scooped and scored for a touchdown, which would have been a touchdown had they have challenged, but they didn't have any challenges. Because, yeah, Rodgers fumbled the ball, and it was scooped and scored. That right there, as soon as that happened, I literally was saying, if we lose this game, that's why. So, that's going to be something for Sean Payton to improve on there is, challenging correct plays. There was that one challenge that he made earlier that was terrible. I think it was when Cortland Sutton, they were challenging the catch, and he, blatant obvious on the monitor, it hits the ground, and they still try and challenge it anyway. So that was bad. Sean Payton 0-3 on challenges. He's a dud so far when it comes to challenges. Needs to get better at that. Thankfully, it didn't cost us. So something to look back on. Stud at the defense. Like I said earlier, the defense is just they look better and better each week. Got 5 sacks on Aaron Rodgers. The offensive line for the Jets wasn't too good protecting, but hey, the Broncos defense is elite, man. 4 weeks in, I got to give them the elite title. They're all over the place, man. They're a scary defense. So there's that. We got a turnover. And then the Jets were actually first in goal and the Broncos won and still only held them to a field goal. So, yeah, I mean, no touchdowns from Rodgers in this one. I mean, that's something that doesn't happen that much. Now, Riley Moss got picked on a little bit. He had a couple bad pass interferences, but thankfully none of them costed us too bad. They did cost us, but we were able to make up for them. See, dud injuries. Yeah, the Beatty injury, that was bad. See, stud run game. Yeah, the run game actually, I was impressed when Beatty went down. Fonte Williams, like I said earlier, Jaleel McLaughlin, they, picked it up. They combined for 123 yards together. Williams at 77. So, yeah, I was very pleased to see that. All right, let's go stats, and we will wrap it up here. All right, so passing leaders, we already went over Bo Nix. Rodgers, he was actually 24 of 42, 225 yards. Not really an Aaron Rodgers type game, maybe passing yards wise. Rushing yards, we went over Williams, and then you had Allen for the Jets, 8 carries, 34 yards. That's the most. See, like I said, we held their running game in check. That's exactly what I was saying we needed to do. Sutton, 3 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Seems pretty good. That's Bo Nix's only passing yards was to Cortland Sutton. The 3 catches for 60 yards because he had 60 yards passing total, all of a sudden, plus the touchdown. So it was a 2-man game, man. They did enough to get the win. I mean, 10 points. You don't win much ball games with 10 points, but in the way this one went and the weather conditions, 10 points got you the ball game W. So can't complain. I think they'll be better, obviously. You see Mike Williams, 4 catches, 67 yards for the Jets. He was their leading receiver. Team stats, Broncos, 186 total yards. Jets had 248. 1 turnover for both teams. 16 to 12 first downs in favor of the Jets. Time of possession in favor of the Jets, 31-44 to 28-16. Yeah, first score happened in the second. It was 14:51 left. It was by Sirline. Got a 23-yard field goal. And then with zeros on the clock, Zierlein hit a 35-yarder, make go up 6-0 on the Broncos. Third quarter, that's when Bo, in the offense had that good drive all the way down. Sutton scores 7-6. That point, I was like, okay, that's what we needed. Like, going into halftime, I knew we were down by a score. I was like, I think we'll be okay. I feel like the rain will kind of subside, and hopefully we can get back to playing some Broncos football. And then I got that. I was like, all right, let's go. And then the Jets go back down. They get a field goal, and I was like, oh, okay. And then the Broncos go down, get a field goal. I was like, all right, you matched them. So now let's try and seal this thing. And defense did. Defense did their job. So very happy, very proud. See McLaughlin, 9 carries, 46 yards. See Bo, he didn't really have that much running in this one, which is okay. He's not supposed to run all the time. 5 carries for him though, 3 yards. See the receiving, yeah. Oh boy. So Troy Franklin actually had 2 catches, -2 yards receiving, and Beatty had 2 catches, -4 yards receiving. And then those all got subsided by 2 catches from Javonte Williams, 3 yards. Subsided. And then Michael Burry had a catch of 3 yards that got subsided. So yeah, the only passing yards were Sutton, 60 that counted. So that's why Bo Nix has 60. Yeah, B.J. Locke had the clutch sack at the end of the game there. 4th down. Jets needed 10. They all out blitz. P.J. Locke was uncovered, and he got Rodgers. He was saying that he was hoping, or he needed to knock out the ball next time, but hey, you got the clutch sack to seal the game. That's what matters. I thought Cody Barton did a good job in place of Alex Singleton. Thought he did good. I thought all the linebackers did good. They were finding gaps and filling them. So we got a lot of depth in the linebacker room. Very proud of that. The whole defense had a really good game. Zach Allen, he was a beast out there. McMillan had some good stops. Brandon Jones forced the fumble. Sternad, he was great. Cooper, Myers with the sack. Yeah, Sternad had a sack as well, by the way. Malcolm Roach, Jonah Elias, they both had a half a sack. Benito, he had a sack. List goes on. Passer Tame, man, locking down the Garrett Wilson on the Jets. 5 catches, 41 yards. I mean, that's okay, but it's not like he's the number 1 wideout. He didn't even have the most receiving yards on his team. He didn't even have the second most either. So, yeah. Very happy we gave him that contract, man. He proves it every week why he deserves it. And then, yeah, whole defense, though, on fire. So, look at the Jets defense. Marvin Mims, by the way, man, that was crazy. That one dude on the Jets early in the game just laid him out when he did the fair catch. I mean, he kind of did it late, but man, I gave the Broncos good field position. But the Broncos had good field position a lot of the game. Didn't really take advantage of it till the second half. That's when they started. They did enough to get the win. I thought Dixon had a good day punting. 8 punts, 339 yards net rating. Yeah, he was. What can I say? I feel like he's been doing great for them. They've been pinning teams inside their own 10 a lot this year, so that's been a good thing. Special teams has been a lot better than in previous years. Will Lutz, 1 for 2. Missed the clutch field goal at the end to seal it. Potentially seal it. But hey, Zerline, he missed the clutch one as well, so they were even on that. Jets 0 sacks. So Broncos offensive line did their job again, protecting Bo Nix. Garrett Wilson was the player to fumble on their team. Yeah, that was when Brandon Jones knocked it out. Looking at everybody else, Lazard had 5 catches, 58 yards. Conklin, yeah, leading receiving tight end. He only had 4 catches, 17, so he did a good job. Rodgers, dude, he was the second leading rusher. He had 5 carries, 26 yards. Reese Hall only had 10. He had 10 carries, 4 yards. Man, they did great against them, man. That's what I was saying they needed to do. They literally did exactly what I said they needed to do to win this game. What else? I think that's everything. I'll go over the 3 heart attacks almost had at the end of the game. So, Broncos, I was freaking out that they didn't have the challenge flag and that scoop and score didn't count. I was like, oh, man. I was like, this might come back and bite us, man. And I started freaking out. Broncos get the ball back. They go down. All I need is a first down. They get the first down, they seal it. Pretty much. Because the Jets can't stop the clock. And then what happens? Bo Nix runs right and just gets stuffed. And I was like, well, great. And then the field goal unit comes on. I was like, oh, well, I mean, Jets haven't scored a touchdown today. I'm confident in the defense holding them. And sure enough, that's when Lutz misses. I was like, shoot. But I knew the field conditions were bad. I was like, that might be why. I was like, well, the defense wants to make a stop. We really need it right now. And, well, they did decent. Kind of put Zerline in a similar position as Lutz and did the exact same thing as Lutz. Instead of missing wide left, he missed wide right. So, yeah, Broncos able to hold on 10-9. It was an ugly game, but I'd rather have an ugly W than an ugly loss. So, we're 2-2. Starting out a lot better than probably a lot of people think. I mean, we're starting out a lot better than last year. So, it's pretty awesome. Hopefully we can keep the momentum going as we welcome the Las Vegas Raiders, into the Mile High this coming Sunday. And we're going to wear those throwback unis, so super excited to see those. That's going to be great. The Vegas Raiders are coming in 2-2, just like the Broncos, and Kansas City has just became victorious over the Chargers, so now Chargers are 2-2. So you got a 3-way tie for second in the division. So yeah, this is a pretty big game coming up for Denver. So, all right, without further ado, that's gonna wrap things up. Hope y'all enjoyed the vid. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Other than that, stay safe, be good. Go Broncos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.